Tom, are you okay?
I lost her.
Her?
She was going to be this epic, trilogy-worthy character. I was going to be the hottest writer in Hollywood. But I can't get past Act 1!
You need some writers group therapy. Hello, and welcome to Writers Group Therapy.
I'm Tom.
And I'm Roshni. We're writers helping writers. Are you ready for your session? The doctors are in. Well, we're well past Christmas, so we might be a little bit late with this topic. But we were discussing gifts and professional gifts and how professional should you be with your professional relationships.
Oh, yeah. Like, you talking like agents, managers, or
Yeah, producers, directors.
anybody you want to network with?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't give any gifts. I'm poor. I'm a writer in Hollywood.
It's interesting. On the acting side, people do give gifts, Christmas, birthdays, if you know them, things like that. I mean, I think it kind of depends on how big your office is. If it's like 100 people, I'm not giving, 100 gifts or like 100 birthday gifts or something. I would just give one directly to my direct agent or something. But it's not a bad thing. You don't have to go crazy price wise, but it's just a nice gesture. I gave a Starbucks card to my agent's office and they loved it. I was like, I figured they could use it, right? They're burning the midnight oil. So, and I do know that now this is for like TV shows or films that work together over weeks and weeks, but it is traditional, especially like I think the higher paid you are to give gifts.
So like a
Yeah.
showrunner or a senior story, senior writer on the staff or something.
Like for example, I know in theater when I used to do theater, some people would write thank you cards for everybody on the
Uh,
cast and crew. In fact, even I was listening to Happier in Hollywood, and that's two writers, and they were talking about at the end of shooting The Fix, which is coming out this spring. They were talking about the gifts that they were buying for everybody in the cast and crew. So you don't have to do it, but it's sort of traditional, and I think especially in performing arts type stuff.
well, I threw a wrap party for the cast and crew of Reclamation. I guess it was kind of my gift to them.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, so there was a story about I'm blanking on her. I want to say Reese Witherspoon, but it's not her. Renee Zellweger,
Ah,
and I forgot what uh, film it was, but apparently she gave an iPod to everybody involved because
nice.
one of the crew members was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so awesome!" There was a story about it. It was years ago, so I don't remember. And this, I mean, when iPods were still a thing, but they were like, "Wow, talk about a nice parting gift." I believe Sarah and Liz were talking about they bought sweatshirts for their cast and crew
Okay.
for their show, so things like that. So professional gifts. A stunt woman I used to assist, they also would get parting gifts. Either maybe they were allowed to take something from set home, or they would get like a dedicated shirt or something like that. So they as well got some sort of memento.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if the studios give gifts to their, uh, directors and producers and people working on the shows.
It's possible. I mean, if you're working with the same people over and over, it would make sense. Just like in corporate America, people give gifts around the holidays or something like that, or gifts for
Yeah.
boss's day or birthdays and stuff like that. Definitely.
And well, we give gifts for our guest speakers at our writers group too, and that's all kind of also kind of networking we do.
And it's just a courtesy. It's like, hey, thank you so much for taking the time. So I don't think you can ever go wrong with at least a thank you card, if not something a little bit nicer. But then it does kind of make you wonder when you're networking and you're building these professional relationships and you have an agent, you have a manager, you have, there's a director you're trying to schmooze with or a producer that you're hoping will pick up your stuff. How professional should you be? How, in these relationships, like, should we be going golfing every weekend or should it be like a, hey, I'll just touch base with you every 6 months to make sure you're alive kind of thing?
Well, I think a lot of the people we've had as guest speakers, Dan O'Shannon, Christia, the attorney, Christia, the attorney who came, we're kind of friends with them, not just through that, but, we've kind of developed those relationships over the years. And so, we're more than just colleagues. We are friends. We have common interests, and we have lunch every once in a while.
Mhm.
I haven't had anyone particularly, I guess you have to look at levels, like subordinate, boss kind of stuff. But like, I haven't really had anybody, in a position like a producer or showrunner like that, where I've been able to, kind of develop anything beyond just a, casual email conversation, checking in once in a while kind of relationship. So
Mhm.
it's more of my peers that I'm friends with or people I've worked with on productions that have turned from just a business relationship into more of a friendship.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I know like with my agents and managers, I've never really developed a rapport where we're hanging out, and getting drinks on the weekends or something, and that's totally fine with me. We're cool where we're at, kind of thing. I have met people in professional settings where I do try to get to know them as a person, just because I just want to get to know you as a person. And it's funny, I think, especially in LA, people don't expect that. They're like, "Don't you want something from me?" I'm like, "No, I think you're cool. I just want to get to know you." And some of the people I've met along the way and have become good friends with, and like we'll have dinners and we'll, hang out socially and stuff like that. You want to work with your friends. So I don't see anything wrong with befriending people that you think are really great, who also happen to be, where you want to be or higher in your chosen field of whatever. Because yeah, first of all, they're cool people. They can tell you how they got where they got, but people just want to hang out with, they want to hang out with their friends and work with their friends.
Right. And I mean, if you're being genuine in that respect and approaching people about doing something, dinner or going to, hey, I got tickets to a show, or, kind of just showing, gratitude for their, being kind of maybe their mentor. Those are, perfectly, reasonable places where I don't want to say there's like a line or something, but you can develop that. And, once they realize you're not just doing it just to get something from them, then they can appreciate you as just a cool person, a friend who's, pretty genuine about it.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know. I think we're all kind of in it together, you know. So I don't think there's anything wrong with never, you know.
Well, it's perception, I think, is
Yeah.
the thing. I've approached some producers that I've had, connections to, 6 steps of separation or whatever, and generally wanted to say, hey, let's get coffee and talk, but they were, I want to say, they were bigger, too big to spend time with me, but or they're just too busy, honestly, because they were very busy people. But when you're producing a network TV show, um, and you have a family, you have kids, whatever it is, you can't take time out every single, for every single person who comes up to you, and even people you are somewhat associated to through relationships or whatever. This is an industry that really can suck up your time. So I don't take offense at it, but it is not as easy to you know approach people at a, that level, and expect them to just say, oh sure, no problem, anytime you want to get together, let's do lunch.
Hmm. Yeah. I think though, when you are out networking, because like we've met people at film festivals and screenings and parties and what have you, and it really it always makes me so sad because you do the business card exchange and then you like never talk to them again. And you're like, oh,
Yeah.
what was the point, so I do try to like befriend people when I meet them. And
Yeah, that's actually, I see how you do that, and I kind of admire that. I'm kind of I collect the business cards and then I shoot an email off later. On occasion though, I've met people, and more often than not, it's like you find out they're a writer and we invite them to the writers group, and that's how that can develop. That's how, several of our members have, come to the group just through that kind of networking.
because again, you want to be with your friends, not
Now we consider them friends, right?
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, exactly. So how about for all of you? What tips and tricks do you have when you're turning professional relationships into friendships? Let us know at writersgrouptherapy.com. You can also find us online at WG Therapy. And if you like what you hear, subscribe and share it with your friends. See you next week.